Welcome back, and in our top business story, trade between the UAE and Saudi Arabia currently accounts for 84 billion dirhams, while the total value of Emirati projects in Saudi Arabia is estimated at 15 billion dirhams. That's according to Sultan bin Saeed Al Mansouri, the UAE Minister of Economy. Al Mansouri spoke to Emirates news agency WAM on the sidelines of the UAE-Saudi retreat, which concluded in Riyadh, and stated that the UAE and Saudi Arabia enjoy huge export potential and are the two biggest economies in the Arab world, with a combined gross national product of $2 trillion. Al Mansouri also highlighted potential cooperation in the logistics sectors, stating that over 1.9 million Saudi citizens travel to the UAE annually. He also underlined the opportunities for cooperation and exchange of expertise in civil aviation, airports, and the proposed intra-GCC railway network. Hospitality markets here in Dubai and Abu Dhabi recorded increases in occupancy in February this year. That's according to the MENA Hotel Benchmark Survey report by Ernst & Young. While hotels across the GCC region witnessed an even split in increases and declines in key performance indicators. The survey shows that Abu Dhabi's hospitality market posted an increase as revenue per available room rose by 21.7% when compared to the same month last year. EY officials were quoted saying that this was mainly due to an increase in average daily rate to $163 in February this year, compared to $139 in February last year. This follows an increase in average occupancy of 3.1% in February this year. On the other hand, Dubai's hospitality market recorded an increase in average occupancy by 4% compared to the same period last year. Survey reports show that Dubai had the highest occupancy at 89.1%, while the beach-based hotels had the highest average room rate at $399. The increase in occupancy was attributed to several events and exhibitions that took place in the Emirate in February. According to the survey, half of the markets in the GCC region saw an increase in RevPAR, including the UAE, Kuwait and Qatar, while the other half, including Saudi Arabia, Oman and Bahrain, saw a slowdown. The GCC's hospitality market is expected to grow at a 7.6% compound annual growth rate from an estimated $25.4 billion in 2015 to $36.7 billion in 2020. Ras al-Khaimah has reported a 35% growth in Indian visitors in the first quarter of the year and is committed to sustainable tourism and further development of MICE and wedding venues across the Emirate. That's according to the RAK Tourism Development Authority. India is the fourth largest market for Ras Al-Khaimah, and the average length of stay of Indian guests in the first quarter of the year grew by 10.6%. Haitham Matta, the CEO of the RAK TDA, stated on the occasion that year on year, India has continued to remain one of the most significant sources of visitors, accounting for 8% of the total to the Emirate last year. Tourist footfall from India in Q1 grew by 35%, while the number of guest nights taken by Indian tourists grew to 49.4% in the same period as compared to the first quarter of 2016, according to official figures. It was noted that Ras Al-Khaimah hosts an array of natural landscapes that appeal to all kinds of visitors, and most hotels offer Indian cuisine and water sports. The UAE leads the Gulf region in advertising spend. That was in the first quarter of this year, according to the latest report by TBWA Worldwide. The report revealed that the UAE advertising spend totaled 1.5 billion dirhams in Q1, accounting for 46% of the total expenditure across the Gulf region. The UAE is followed in second place by Saudi Arabia with $220 million in advertising spend, Kuwait with $191 million, Qatar with $70 million, the Sultanate of Oman with $35 million, and Bahrain with $29 million. According to the report, UAE newspaper-based ad placements accounted for the lion's share of the advertising market, with 41% in spend, totaling 594 million dirhams, while outdoor advertising came second, with 389 million dirhams, followed by radio placements with 289 million, movie advertising with 41 million dirhams, and finally TV advertising with 124 million dirhams. Meanwhile, the report highlighted that regional media advertising was down 22% at $1.7 billion from $2.1 billion in the same period last year. It was also mentioned in the report that there was a 14% decline in digital ad spend in the UAE in January this year, although the category still managed to come up with a 21% increase for the first 11 months of last year.